I have conjured up so many spirits. It is necessary for the Booker Man to have a heavenly royal rumble. And now, I shall make it clear. At the end of Overdrive, I will be announced and new. And there will be nothing left of you.
Me and the Boys Wrestling. Sponsored by 420 DNA. If it's in you, it should be on you. And Holden Roads Coffee. Always fresh, never tired. Coffee with personality. Check out www.holdenroadscoffee.com. Friends, welcome back to Me and the Boys Wrestling. My name is James Owen Brown, and I am flying solo because, as you can see, DeBlock has lost his mind. He's gone into training mode and was not able to attend this week because he is laser focused on the battle coming up next week at Overdrive, where he will take on King Holden Rhodes for the Me and the Boys title. The big prize, the biggest of them all, the biggest one here, and of course held by the King. Also at Overdrive, you're going to see me take on Tommy Gibbons for the QLW Championship. Tommy Gibbons, you stole that belt from the King last week, and now you got to pay. I'm cashing in. I'm going to get that back for the King. I'm going to put it at his feet and let him know, that he is a benevolent and wonderful King. So yeah. Anyway, that's not why we're here. We're going to get a look at the card for Overdrive a little bit later. But right now, friends, this is our Heavenly Royal Rumble. And I need to shout out Ross Collins, a.k.a. Ross Bruce, from the Only Heels Incorrectly Named Wrestlers Facebook group, for giving me the idea to do a Heavenly Royal Rumble. And it just came through some comments. It was like, hey, me and the boys should do a Heavenly Royal Rumble. And I was like, yes. Everyone is fired. All the pop culture guys, fired for the most part. You can check it out. Go back and have a look through the lives. It's very clearly marked, You're Fired Rumble. You can see who comes out on top, who's sticking around, who's out the door. We didn't get rid of guys like Top Dog or, Stone Cold E.T. or Big Baby. We love those guys around here. But a lot of guys went out the door. Friends, let's fire this up. I hope you're feeling nostalgic as we get in to the Heavenly Royal Rumble. Where is it? Here we go. Firing it up now. Future James. Make sure my volume isn't incredibly loud.
The following contest.
Here's Greg Clark or whatever to tell us what the rules are, but we already know the rules.
The two superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order they drew.
Of course they will, Greg. Greg Hamilton.
30 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur.
Is it still Greg Hamilton, or did the whole West Side Gun thing leave him without a job?
Will be declared the Royal Rumble winner.
He definitely has no job here at Me and the Boys Wrestling, that's for sure. So, in this Royal Rumble, 30 wrestlers who have all passed, and we're starting it off with a banger. Macho Man Randy Savage, definitely a legend. Gotta be a Hall of Famer, right? Is he in the Hall of Fame? Or did the stuff with him and McMahon not let that happen? There he is, though. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, coming in at number 1 in this Heavenly Royal Rumble. And the deck is definitely stacked against this man. I really wish they would give you some sort of music on these entrances. Like what? We couldn't get Macho Man's music? That's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I can just get that off YouTube and put it in myself without any copyright issues as well. We'll see. Maybe I'll try. Nonetheless, Macho Man. We're going to see who he's going to start it off with. The unlucky, the short straws, number 1 and number 2. Who we got? Oh man, he looks haggard. He looks like Jack Torrance from The Shining. Who we got coming down in complete silence?
Introducing the individual who drew
Test.
from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
You guys remember that commercial that used to be on Raw where it was, I want to say it was something Canadian for sure, because Test was Canadian. And they had these kids and they were like, oh look, Stone Cold, it's The Rock. Oh my god, it's Test! And the kids popped so hard for Test over The Rock and Stone Cold, it was ridiculous. My buddy Chris and I always used to laugh at that. Test, gone way too soon. We definitely got robbed of a lot of years of Test. He could have been a monster. Gonna start it off with Macho Man. Now Test in kayfabe had a relationship with Stephanie, and Macho Man, if you know, you know. There's the bell. This Heavenly Royal Rumble is underway. Macho Man with them stiff jabs. Vintage Macho Man. Test with a boot to the guts. Test probably the stronger of the two. Macho Man the quicker. We'll see if that factors in. Test with a huge power bomb. And stomps the leg of the Macho Man. Macho Man reverses. Stand Test up here. Looking for a suplex, and he's going to get it. Coming in at number 3, Doink the Clown. Matt Bourne. Again, robbed of some years. Doink the Clown, phenomenal character. And he wrestled as Doink the Clown way later. In independent promotions and stuff. The Doink the Clown character was just everywhere. And everybody owes that to him. And everybody always likes the original Doink better. Oh wow. Doink with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. And here comes Canada's strongest man, Dino Bravo. Allegedly murdered over some debts. You watch that WrestleMania on YouTube. Check that guy out because he tells these stories. And he's done everybody at this point, and they are all crazy. The life of a professional wrestler is absolutely bonkers. Oh wow, showing off that strength. Dino Bravo with the squatting suplex as Doink and Macho Man go at it. Here we go. All the way from Cobb County, Georgia. We're about to serve some hard time. Here comes the big boss man. Ron Trainer? Ray Trainer? Big boss man. I remember him debuting and just coming out and handcuffing Hulk Hogan to the ropes. Oh wow. Comes in, makes a statement, takes the Macho Man out of here. Handcuffed the man to the ropes and beat him with a nightstick while he was defenseless. And I don't know, when you're a kid, you're like, oh my god, that guy's gonna kill Hulk Hogan. And that, for some reason, was a big deal. Eddie Guerrero, obviously a legend, obviously taken too soon. Definitely a superstar, could do it all. Hilarious, definitely hilarious. With the whole lie, we cheat, we steal, could take a joke. Wrestled China a few times, had a few good storylines there. Obviously him and Benoit, and the, what are they called, the Outcasts. Him, Benoit, Malenko, and Perry Saturn. Legendary. Legendary when they came over. Here comes Hawk of legendary tag team Legion of Doom. Now we're going to keep these guys around, at least for the next season, or for the start of it anyway. And because I want to see the likes of the Jungle Boys take on the Legion of Doom on Me and the Boys Wrestling. The Jungle Boys, legendary. The Legion of Doom, obviously legendary. Look at Hawk with Big Dino Bravo up, and that's not a small man. The Big Boss Man was eliminated by Test. And now Hawk and Eddie Guerrero going to team up. Now this next entrant, coming in at number 8, is absolutely perfect. You remember those vignettes? He would throw himself a football. Oh, wow. Somebody's out of here. Who was that? They just got eliminated. On the outside, I lost track of who that was. Out of here. Nonetheless, the hands of Test. Mr. Perfect going to work on Doink. Crash Holly. Taken way too soon. Definitely an amazing entertainer. Just a little guy, all the work with the Hollies and him in the Hardcore Championship and all the different storylines. Phenomenal talent, taken way too soon. Test got the man up, still hanging in there. As Mr. Perfect goes to work on Hawk and Doink on Dino Bravo. Wow. The action's intense here at this Heavenly Rumble on Me and the Boys Wrestling. Friends, if you're enjoying the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Do all those things and check us out every Thursday for the next episode of Me and the Boys Wrestling. Here comes a Canadian legend, Owen Hart. Probably one of the more tragic characters in all of wrestling. Of course, plummeting to his untimely doom. Vince opting to keep the pay-per-view rolling. What do you guys think about that? Leave a comment, man. I don't know. What's your opinion? What's your opinion on the King of Hearts? We were definitely robbed. Imagine some of those storylines. Maybe he would go to WCW too. I don't know. Oh wow. Dino Bravo with the bonsai drop. On to Mr. Perfect as Owen Hart goes to work on Hawk. And the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich, has entered the fray here. And I think there's a movie coming out soon. A Von Erich movie, and Zac Efron plays Kerry Von Erich. I want to see that. The whole Von Erich family, you gotta feel like they're cursed. Crash Holly with a huge power bomb on Hawk. Test going to try and put him out the hard way. Doink gets elbowed right in the mouth. The Texas Tornado goes to work on Dino Bravo. I like Dino Bravo. I know he was supposed to be a heel, but even when he was one of the first guys where I was like, he's from where I'm from. I like him because of that. And that's fine. Here we go. Owen Hart, massive pile driver. Doink the Clown with a belly-to-back suplex. Hawk with a suplex. Test going to work on Crash Holly. The action is intense here at this Heavenly Rumble. Me and the Boys Wrestling. Mr. Perfect goes over the top. Test going to knock him out, finish the job. His form was absolutely perfect. Crash Holly goes over the top. Hawk going to clobber him with a big roundhouse punch. We got 7 guys in there. Crash Holly, Test, Doink the Clown, Dino Bravo, Owen Hart, the Texas Tornado, and Hawk of Legion of Doom. There goes Doink. He's out of here. Owen Hart gets rid of him. Just muscles him over the top rope. Crash Holly with a kick to the gut. And a suplex of his own. Texas Tornado reverses. Kick to the guts of Hawk. Big chop. Dino Bravo letting the crowd know. Test is down and stunned. And what can you really expect from the man? He came in at number 1. What more do you want from this man? Test just laughing at somebody as Crash Holly gets bloodied. Kerry Von Erich snake eyes off the top rope. And Test with a whirly-bird, kind of a neck breaker. Oh wow, here comes Harley Race. Now he was the one, there were a lot of rumors about how Haku was the toughest guy in the locker room. But before Haku, those stories were all about Harley Race. And how really Harley Race could have whooped anybody on the roster. I don't know if that's true, but I don't doubt it. I don't know, he looked like a tough old man. Pest with Dino Bravo up. Owen Hart's down. Harley Race is down early. There's Hawk and Texas Tornado going to go out of it. Coming in at number 13, Yokozuna. Now I bet wholeheartedly that he was Japanese and a sumo wrestler. Oh, there goes Harley Race. He's out of here. Owen Hart does the job. And I 100% believe that Yokozuna was a champion sumo wrestler that they brought over. I had no idea that he was Samoan and part of the famed Samoan dynasty. Oh wow, Texas Tornado with 2 boots right in the chest of Test. Owen Hart drops a big elbow. Crash Holly with a neck breaker on Yokozuna. Somebody just got bloody. Looked like Test. Sip, sip, friends, if you're having a beverage. I feel like the majority of people watch this Thursday morning, so probably not too many people having a beverage. But you never know. Here comes Axe of Demolition, another legendary tag team. I always preferred Demolition. There goes Crash Holly, he's out of there. But that could just be because I was a WWE guy. I guess they were a ripoff, maybe, I don't know. The looks are very different. Face paint, okay, they both have face paint. A lot of guys have that. Hawk is out of here. But in terms of the outfits, not even close. In terms of the style, not really even close. Brian Christopher coming down at number 15, Grandmaster Sexay. And son of Jerry the King Lawler. Another one left too soon. We were robbed. Definitely a good character. Funny guy. Could play the parts well. Yokozuna going after Axe. Texas Tornado stunned him down. Brian Christopher stunned him down. Owen Hart sitting up on the top rope. Oh, somebody's out of here. Axe is out of here. Didn't even see it. That's how fast the action happens here at Me and the Boys Wrestling. Superstar Billy Graham coming down. This is our Heavenly Royal Rumble, and we are going to keep some of these guys around, friends. So if you are on the roster and you want to have your shot to fight, I don't know, Brian Christopher or Test or Billy Graham, of course, or Yokozuna, let me know. Leave a comment, send a message. Who do you want to feud with? I definitely know we're going to see the Jungle Boys versus the Legion of Doom, because I think that will be phenomenal. And to be honest, I want to see each of our tag teams fight the Legion of Doom, because why not? Probably the most recent passing. There goes Superstar, he didn't last long. Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Such a tragedy. We were so deprived of what could have been. There goes Brian Christopher, he's out of here. And now I've read that the WWE is going to continue on and finish those Fiend storylines. And how can you not be skeptical? How can you not, like, oh my God, don't screw it up. Like, you know people are going to give it a fair shake because Wyndham is dead. But my God, don't screw it up. Just be safe with all the things. Here comes Rick Rude at number 18. My favorite Rick Rude moment was when he put... There goes Owen. Yokozuna throws him out. Former tag team partners. My favorite Rick Rude moment was when he had Jake Roberts' wife's face on his tights. That was the best. Rick Rude was incredible. The physique, the promos, just all of it. And the only guy to show up on WCW and WWF in the same night or something. I can't remember what the story was. Also recently deceased, coming in at number 19, Terry Funk. Terry Funk was a legend for sure. I didn't see a whole lot of his matches, but the name carried a lot of weight, and I did see a lot of clips. You know, when Terry Funk was going to fight a guy like Sabu, or his time in ECW where he was just extra. just extra. That's the end of the sentence. The man was just extra. A sad passing. The man realistically should have stopped for the benefit of his health years ago, but he kept wrestling well into his 50s and I want to say 60s. Here comes the Warrior, and another legendary story of making peace with your past. And then, you know, just in time, the man cut that crazy promo on Raw, and then he died the following day. And there you see the Ultimate Warrior manhandling the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and the only place you're going to see that is here on Me and the Boys Wrestling. This is our Heavenly Royal Rumble, and there's kind of a reverse Sister Abigail, like a brother Abigail. Fiend puts Terry Taylor. No, not Terry Taylor. Terry Von Erich. Kerry Von Erich? The Texas Tornado. Oh, wow. Yokozuna pops up Terry Funk and then just lets him fall. Now the Fiend popped the Ultimate Warrior in the face. Andre's in the mix now. The 7th wonder of the world. The 8th wonder of the world. You know what it is. It's, been sipping. So, sip, everybody. It's a Heavenly Royal Rumble. You gotta pour one out. Oh my god, Bray Wyatt just super kicked the Ultimate Warrior over the top rope. At the same time, who was that? Test? Test just went out of here, finally. Test was in there a long time. Put on a heck of a show. Rick Rude going after these two giant men. Coming in at number 22. Co-star of No Holds Barred, Tiny Lister, Zeus. Now when those previews were out and he would clang those gauntlets together, that was pretty badass. And the fact that his eyes were wonky just made him look even more crazy. He looked like a lunatic. Also taken too soon. And I mean, these guys don't have to keep wrestling into their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And it's sad when you know that, you know, the guy dies in his 50s and 60s, and it's because of the wear and tear on the body, or a lot of times it's drugs or even pain relievers and things that you do to just get through another night of wrestling. So they're really, these guys are giving their lives. Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, a perfect example. These guys put their bodies on the line for our entertainment. But in a setting like this, digital wrestling, nobody's getting hurt at the end of this. And we can watch all of our favorites. Now I was tinkering with the idea of setting up a universe mode. There goes Andre, he's out of here. The Bulldog took him out by himself, and that's a crazy feat. I was thinking of starting a separate universe mode with just these characters and maybe a few others. I realize there's a couple guys that got left out that could have been in. And if you find somebody who's been left out that should be in this, let me know. There goes Yokozuna, he's out of here. Rick Rude with incredible strength. Bam Bam Bigelow has entered the fray, friends. My favorite of the big men. He did that slingshot splash, and he would do the cartwheel, and he'd do some flips and stuff. He did it all. And that head tattoo? That's crazy. You're not going to mess with that, man. So yeah, I'm thinking of putting all these guys into a universe mode and keep it only to like those 32 guys or whatever, or keep it fairly small and tinker with the settings, and we can just kind of have our own, you know, fantasy booking or what could have been, and we'll just let the computer play it out and see what the computer wants to do. And maybe occasionally I'll step in, you know, and guide the computer when it doesn't know what it's doing. Here's Umaga in here. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in watching that, because I think it'd be fun, and I'm probably going to do it either way and just have fun with it, and it won't have all the same production value as Me and the Boys, but it'll be a fun thing to do on the side and just see what happens. Zeus with the choke slam on Terry Funk. Coming in at number 26, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Father of Natalya Neidhart. I really hope, I'd like to see Natalya get one more title run Just maybe a short one, couple months with the title, make her look legit again, and then have her ride away into the sunset, because I don't want, like we just talked about, these people give their bodies, and they don't want to see her, die young because of some nonsense. Like, just go out on a high note and call it a day. You've done your share, friend. Oh wow, neckbreaker from Umaga to the Fiend. Umaga versus the Fiend would have been an awesome feud. Is Rick Rude still hanging around in here? I believe he's been in there the longest. Bam Bam gonna pick him up on his shoulder. We'll see what he's got in mind. Hits him with maybe a shoulder breaker. Lost track with the Umaga cutaway. Davey Boy Smith with the big suplex on the Fiend Bray Wyatt. And we know it's vintage Davey Boy to hold the man up there, let all that blood rush to his head, and then send him crashing down. But meanwhile, we're missing all sorts of action over here. Rick Rude down and stunned. Bam Bam Bigelow makes his way to the apron, but reverses. Climbs back inside. Uh-oh. Davey Boy Smith with the running power slam on the Fiend as number 27, Razor Ramon, going to make his way to the ring. And there's an underhook backbreaker from Bam Bam Bigelow. Razor Ramon was kind of sick when he came in too. He was supposed to be like Scarface, but if you were young, you only had a vague awareness of Scarface. You just knew that he was like a bad dude, because in a perfect world, your parents wouldn't let you watch Scarface and become scarred at an early age. So you just had kind of a vague understanding. This guy, did blow and didn't care who he killed or had killed. What a collage of characters in there right now. Terry Funk, Razor Ramon, the British Bulldog, Ravishing Rick Rude, Umaga, Zeus, Bam Bam Bigelow, who was just bloodied by the Fiend. Now Terry Funk and the Fiend, that would have been a good one too. Oh wow, Terry Funk and the British Bulldog working together. Again, the only place you're going to see that, right here, me and the boys wrestling. This is our Heavenly Royal Rumble. We're paying homage to some of these wrestlers who have come and gone. Umaga with the big spike on Bam Bam. Rick Rude gonna fire Terry Funk over to the apron and then spear him right off the side. Meanwhile, Bray threw out somebody. Somebody's over there on the right side of your screen. I can't tell who it is. I can just see the shadow. Again, I've lost track. There's so much action. The Bulldog is out of here. Just like that. Wow. And Bam Bigelow fires the Fiend over and spears him out. He's out of here. Razor Ramon gets hung up on the top rope as Umaga goes to work on Ravishing Rick Rude. And there's only a couple more entrants here in this Heavenly Royal Rumble. And I'll remind you, friends, these guys are sticking around next season. So if you want to challenge the likes of a Rick Rude or an Umaga, I'd like to, I don't know, there's some feuds I'd like to see. I'd like to see Rick Rude feud with maybe Mr. Mustache or a DMP. There goes Razor, he's out of here. I'm also excited to see Mr. Perfect feud with Ravishing Rick Rude and stuff like that in that kind of side league. So hopefully I can find the time to do that. And even if it doesn't have commentary, we can kind of do it just to see what kind of matchups they give us and stuff. Here's Big Vader. Another fun big man to watch. That Vader bomb was an awesome move. Wow. Umaga, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Vader in the same ring. That's actually pretty crazy. That'd be a really good triple threat. Maybe I will have to insert my hand into the booking and see what we can get here. Because the computer's not going to give me that. It's going to give me Crash Holly against Vader and Zeus in the handicap match. There goes Umaga. He's out of here. Ravishing Rick Rude absolutely on fire in this performance. And coming in at number 29, the second best position. This is the Animal from Legion of Doom. Can't wait to see the Jungle Boys fight the Legion of Doom. I'm jacked for that. Wow, Zeus with a choke slam on Bam Bam Bigelow, and he goes right after Big Vader. Zeus looking like a beast here. I read that they made their big main event a tag match because Zeus just wasn't very good, and they had to kind of cover up his weaknesses and put Macho Man in the match as well. Coming in at number 30, drawing that special last spot, that coveted spot where it should be the easiest to win. He's just a common man, Dusty Rhodes. Oh, he's out of here already immediately. Bam Bam was taken out as well. So we are down to 4. Legion of Doom's Animal, Big Vader, Ravishing Rick Rude, and Zeus. So that's the roster. Those are the 30 guys that I got. And of course, just as I'm filming this, I recognize, there's a bunch of guys who didn't get in this who should have been. And I can maybe rectify that. I looked at some lists. I got a bunch of top 10 lists or whatever. Not top 10 lists, but you know what I mean. Checked Google, and some guys that weren't mentioned that should have been, including Draws, should have been in this. The Natural Disasters, or at least John Tenta. I'd have to look up and confirm that Tugboat is dead, but I'm pretty sure Tugboat is dead. And of course, there's all sorts of other guys. You could have made the list. It's also a matter of who I can find and download and all of that. Nonetheless, we are down to 4, and I've yet to announce that we're going to give the winner of this Heavenly Royal Rumble. Oh my God, that was almost it for Zeus. Vader had the clothesline set, but Animal grabbed him. We'll see if that comes into play later. The winner of this Royal Rumble match is going to get a shot at the Me and the Boys Championship and going to take on either the Block or the King, Holden Rhodes, whoever comes out the victor on the other side of Overdrive on our season finale. That's going to be the main event. How do you not come back? You might be here to see these nostalgic characters, but you're going to want to come back to see one of these guys fight the Block. That's the guy you saw in the cold open. He's a wild man, okay? He's crazy. Or you could see them take on the King, who's a legend, a benevolent king. Shout out to our house show viewer. Thanks for not spoiling the results. I privated this as fast as I could because I thought someone might. I did the little preview and all that. I thought maybe someone might just wreck it and be like, oh, so-and-so won, that's brutal. Jumping pile driver by the Ravishing One as Vader hits that standing Vader bomb on Zeus, leaving Animal and Zeus down. Ravishing Rick Rude grabs Vader, drags him over to the ropes, picks the man up, scoop slam, and you are out of here, sir. Scoop slam right over the top rope. Rick Rude fires Zeus into the corner, hits him with a big knee lift. We're down to 3. Ravishing Rick Rude, Zeus from No Holds Barred, and Animal from Legion of Doom. Rick Rude trying to put this man out the hard way. Animal's going to work his way back to his feet. And just kind of watch. And I guess that's fine. But, you should do something. Help the man out. Oh, wow. Zeus brings Ravishing Rick Rude all the way up over his head and slams him down, then to get tagged by Animal with that knee lift. And what a boon it would be for Animal. It's going to be a huge boon for anybody coming into the ranks of Me and the Boys Wrestling here. What an influx of crazy wrestling talent. Now, we haven't seen rostered characters really, not a whole lot, since season 2. We've seen a couple here and there, but not too many. There was that one time Brock Lesnar won a table match between DeBlock and Cody Harris, and that didn't make any sense at all, but there we were. Look at that. Ratings are picking up. People are tuning in just to see the finish. They want to see the finish. They don't need all of it. They just want to see the finish. Ravishing Rick Rude out of here, and what a show he put on. I believe Zeus came in at number 22. An Animal somewhere in the 27, 28 area. we are down to 2. One of these men gonna get a shot at the Me and the Boys Championship. And probably right after I finish recording this, I'm gonna go record Overdrive. And it'll do you no good, but keep an eye, hit the notification button if you wanna. Oh wow, look at that quick power slam from Adam. If you want an inside track, you want to see what the raw footage looks like before we add our 2 cents and before the bells and whistles get added, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button, and get notified when we do go live to do the house shows. We call it a house show, but that's just the raw recording. Me and the Boys Wrestling every Thursdays. It's a whole-on federation with about 40 real people. We're duking it out week in, week out. There's a chat group. We have our own universe, friends, I'm telling you, and it's unpredictable over here. We're the only wrestling show left that's unpredictable, and just like that, Zeus! Who could have predicted that? Zeus takes out Animal, and he's gonna win this first ever Me and the Boys Wrestling Heavenly Royal Rumble. And that means he's gonna take on either DeBlock or King Holden Rhodes on the Season 8 premiere of Me and the Boys Wrestling. He's pointing at nothing because he knows what it's all about. That's what you do here. They call it the greatest Royal Rumble of all time. And maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm going to close this and come back to me and realize that it's now pitch black and I am just completely in the dark here watching digital wrestling alone. But that's not going to stop me from encouraging you, friends, to check out our sponsors, www.420dna.com, because if it's in you, it should be on you, as well as HoldenRhodesCoffee.com. It's always fresh. It's never tired. Coffee with personality. Check out www.hauntmanor.com. If you're local and want to check out Canada's biggest and scariest haunted house, DeBlock will see you on the hayride. I will see you in the midway. And together we will scare the hell out of you. I'm telling you, check it out. Get some tickets online. There's only 2 weekends left, and it's most likely that they will sell out. So act now. Be sure to check out the Comics Cabinet on all social media platforms. If you're a fan of comic books, we've got it all covered over there. Check out sharetheshock.ca to keep track of everything that DeBlock is doing and up to. All the information's there. That's where it's centralized. Sharetheshock.ca. Check it out. All through October, friends, check out zeno.fm/radio/ZMBY radio. And you can check out the most haunted playlist that ever was, including both Late Night Stage Fright CDs and a whole bunch of ghost stories from me. Also, on YouTube right now, if you subscribe and hit the notification button, you will be treated to a ghost story a day. All through the month of October, we're having a blast with it. We've amassed tens of thousands of views across TikTok at Pojob, Instagram at Pojob, Facebook, James Owen Brown, and YouTube right here. We're having a blast with it. Friends, enjoy the spooky season. I hope you enjoyed this Heavenly Royal Rumble, and we will be back next week with Overdrive. Cheers.
You